All right, today's soffit day. So that's the wood that's going to block you from seeing all this nasty stuff. It's also going to keep birds from getting in or anything else that I don't want to get in from up and under, and just give it a cleaner, nicer look. So we'll put some on the edge, on the rafter tails, and we'll also put some under the barge rafters on the front. So I'm hoping to knock all that out today because it's beautiful. All right, so how am I doing my soffits? Well, I have nailed in these backer boards onto the wall, and I use a chalk line first to figure out where that line should be, but it needs to be flush with the 2x4 on the outset of the eave. So that's going to create a flat surface. The inner 2x4 right there, and then the outer 2x4 over there. Then I'm going to take these sheets of plywood that I've cut 8 inches wide, because that's the width here where the soffit should fit, and we're going to nail those up underneath there. So a couple steps: chalk line, scrap boards nailed into that chalk line, and I also ripped these 2x4s in half to make them last longer. So not much cost in wood there. I just had them lying around. All right, first step is to find out how far down the 2x4 blocking board should go so that it's nice and flush to the other 2x4. So I've got my speed square, and it's up against the 2x4 I'm measuring against, and wherever it hits the wall, that's the line. So I'm going to make sure it's square, and make a little mark. We'll do that at the other end, and then we'll run a chalk line. Next step is to nail in these blocker boards that I cut. So again, they're 2x4s ripped in half. So one side is nice and flat that I ripped on the table saw. So I'm gonna make that face down so that the soffit will have a nice flat surface to be nailed to. And I'm just gonna get it right up here on this line. Another tip, probably a necessity, actually not a tip, but once you put the soffit up, you can't see where these backer boards are anymore because they don't run the whole length, right? And I don't want to come up and try to nail it where the backer board's not at. So I'm going to come down 1 inch, that's about 1/2 inch thickness, and just make a little tick mark. And that way I know where the boundaries are, maybe even a line showing which side's the inside, so that I don't have to remember where that is. And front soffits are finished too. So these were a little easier, except for their height, because the barge rafter frame, the 2x4s in the barge rafter frame were the support that we would use to nail it in. So they're in. So now we can see soffits all the way around. And You know, it's not the prettiest, you know, you wouldn't want your house to look like this on the corner, but it's gonna be fine for my shed. And I'm just thinking about the trim boards on the side, because we'll have a trim board here and a trim board here. I'm just trying to think about how that's going to join up there. So that's the next question I'm deliberating on. Starting a new day, getting everything set up. Excited to get some trim done. I don't know if I mentioned it yet before, but I started storing and leaving my stuff in the shed at the end of the workday, and man, is this awesome. Not having to wheel it up and down the hill back and forth to the house is great. My first use of the shed, and I couldn't be more excited about it actually. So anyway, we're going to trim out the doorway first, and I still have some decisions to make about how to do the corner trim, and considering the Z metal flashing that's there, whether I cover it up or I'm not sure what to do there. I'd like to talk to Lee about it. But still plenty to do in the windows. That might be after I frame the door in. I might start on the windows too, which could be fun. Let's get started. All right, so I ripped a 2x4 down to 1 1/4, so it would stand proud from the 1x4s. Because I just wanted it to be like a little bit bolder. I saw a farmhouse picture on the internet that looked really cool that did this over the windows and doors. And then I marked the center point on the board and the center point of the doorway, line those up, and put my first nail in the middle just to get it in place, and then I'll work on the ends. All right, clamps, free hands. When you're working alone, you gotta have clamps. All right, what do you think? It's pretty simple work, but I think it's a nice effect. I like the overhang on the top board. Nice, just gives a little bit of extra that it wouldn't have had if it was all the same thickness. So I'm just hoping that this is square enough for my doors to fit right in. But we'll apply this now to the window area. But I've got to cut holes where the windows go first. All right, quick change of plans because I don't have enough time to do the windows. So instead I decided to put these trim boards on both the front and the back. It's going to be a part of the design of what I'm going to trim out on the gable.